How does this get you to Medicare for all? Well, okay, Republicans came up with kind of the biggest budget gimmick of all. They were using the reconciliation process to get this bill through the Senate. And the reconciliation process is basically a magic loophole in the filibuster. It means you can pass stuff through the Senate without the 60-vote threshold. The reconciliation process says you can only make revenue neutral or revenue positive changes to budgetary programs. To make this bill look revenue neutral for the purposes of getting it through the Senate via the reconciliation process, the Senate instructed the CBO to look at the bill on a current policy baseline, which is to say, ignore the fact that these tax cuts from 2017 were going to expire at the end of this year. Just assume that they were continuing in perpetuity, even though, of course, that's not what they were going to do. And then to score the bill based on that assumption, which manages to hide $3.5 trillion in budget deficit hit. If you can pass a temporary bill and then at the end of that temporary period say, okay, we're going to assume that this policy continues forever and budget as if it continues forever to hide the cost of continuing that program, whatever that program is. Well, now you have a way to make anything look much cheaper than it is. Let's say, hypothetically, the budget hit for Medicare for all would be something like $10 trillion over a decade. That's an amount of money that you would have a very difficult time getting anybody except maybe like Bernie Sanders to vote for. But if you pass a 1-year Medicare for all program that only costs, let's say, $1 trillion, okay, maybe you can get that through. Maybe Democrats can get that through. And then you come back after that 1 year and say, well, we're just going to extend this permanently. And we're going to extend it permanently on a current policy baseline. And now it costs nothing.